Drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
Drop it, hell? I want to hear about this, homie.
I said forget about it, cuz.
I love you, man. Fuck you, Marcus. I do. Cool. You my partner. Shut up, man.
This bitch-ass white boy.
Oh, most definitely.
You're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong?
No.
Fucking pay me!
So when you get started, what just happened, Banks, before we recorded?
Kurt Angle is on NXT.
No, it's Grayson Waller.
Who are these white people?
Crackers.
There you go. I don't know nothing about them crackers. But what did happen before? Oh, John Madden.
John Madden, yeah. Speak your piece.
Hey, folks. John Madden here with the popcorn maker. I'll be posting on Burner IG. RIP to John Madden. Video game legend. Madden 04. A lot of violence happened when that came out. Madden 03, a lot of violence came out.
Obviously, Madden 04 is Mike Vick on the cover, and Mike Vick being the most unstoppable runner since Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl, correct?
Absolutely. He definitely stopped them dogs, too. What did you say when we recorded on the podcast that's about to come out? You was like, when you did that facial expression, I said, bruh.
I didn't say it. I mean, what was said that made me go like that? Like
that shit. Oh, I remember now, but I can't say it here. That shit had me in tears. He said.
Well, people will probably have hear. I mean, no, not yet.
Yeah.
But people will hear us on another pod, or stay tuned to that.
Exactly. I don't want to give all the sauce away. Somebody might steal that shit too. I'm never letting them go. I will never let shit go.
No. I agree. Because I mean, is it stealing if they didn't even invent it? I mean, like, come on, like.
My, idea is original, but at the same time, motherfucker, don't take my ideal.
And it was
creators.
Look what was. I mean, it was just obvious. Like, come on, like you didn't see this one over here, which is 10 times the size of you, like doing this, and then your little, ooh, I think I can type bot is like chugging along trying to get some relevancy when you're not buying up other people's bios or Twitter styles, but that's in the past. But I agree with you. I am someone because I'm a white man too, because I'm an Irish descent, vengeful people, can't let shit go. But yeah, I'll never forget that. Yeah,
I'll let shit go. And then I'm Irish not by choice though. So
I don't know, but again, I've been proven wrong in the past with something like that, where I had a perception of one thing and then it turned out to be wrong. And I was able to realize that. But that was something different, and also in a different context. But yeah, that's just. I mean, and again, their comments. I mean, come on. I mean, people know right now what we're talking about, but still, it's just again, you really got to watch out because people will just steal shit, and that's not even the phones being tapped, which we say they are because they are. But that's just you saw me do this, and you're like.
Oh, I can't wait till somebody steal the idea that I have about John Madden.
Well, go ahead and say it now, so someone can get actual credit.
They definitely about to have my son. Who was that did Will Sasso? I think that was Will Sasso or Chris. What's his name? They do all the impressions.
Frank Caliendo?
Yeah, they about to have him do something about John Madden.
Oh yeah. What's weird? I think they just had the all Madden doc on Fox last week. I think it was a Christmas Day doc. Yeah, about like him creating the all Madden team. Because when I was at Thanksgiving, saw a commercial for it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it was a doc about like John Madden, the all Madden. Like, I'm like, huh? I never heard. I never knew this was coming out, but it's a Fox created thing. So I think it might have just aired, which is just who knows if they did that because they knew his health was getting bad, so they were trying to get all the footage they could of him. But still, that's like a crazy. And who did we talk to last night saying like he would, unless he'll have to cover shit like. See, I'm gonna text that man right now and say like you predicted this by saying a celebrity death.
Yeah, but at the same time, this man, what I mean. You don't want to see nobody go, but he is old as shit. He was sick for a minute too. So, But the thing is, I'm thinking about it too. This is wild that I do this shit, but this is where we at. They ain't been good since then. People still living on the memories of that Madden team with the Raiders.
Oh, I mean, wasn't he not an overrated coach? But I think the legacy of Madden is greater than the actual like accomplishment or record. Again, he's not like how Bill Walsh had 3 or Belichick, but I think it was more of scheme and play design is what his expertise was.
Yeah,
which is why
no,
he's
he
able
was
to
really good.
No, I'm just saying like I think he only has one. Well, this is like you said with the Raiders.
Yeah, let me make sure. But I believe it was
Tom
just one.
Flores, I think, has the other 2.
Let me make sure. But I'm pretty sure it's just one.
Like I said, Madden 04. So is that your Madden 04?
04, 05 with the other killer on there.
You talking about Ray Lewis?
Yeah, the Killing Coon.
No. I think my first would have been 07 with Sean Alexander, which is like the crazy thing in hindsight that Sean Alexander had that great season, and then LT had the season the next year. You talked about this before, the Madden with the weird player icons underneath, where that's like when they really started introducing that. We talked about that not too long ago, which is again crazy. Because I remember that Madden being like so difficult to play, whereas like Madden 07 was easy. And that was for the 360, that one.
I remember that shit was on Xbox 360 when it first launched, and it was so damn broken.
There were 2 games I hated to play. It was MLB 2K because you had to hit with the fucking stick.
Yeah.
Not the buttons, which is just like, why the fuck even... Why even bother? It was like I couldn't get any hits. And Raw 2 for the Xbox. Raw 2, I couldn't win a match in Raw 2. I've said this before, to save my life.
No, that's by far one of the worst games of all time anyway. Like Raw 1 and 2.
But yeah, I mean, what's something... I was thinking about this the other day. Again, this is Banks versus Davis. If you don't know by now, you should. He's Banks. I'm Davis. Did you ever play the game Wheelman with Vin Diesel?
Yeah, I had it on bootleg.
My brother had it. He got it one day because he saw Vin Diesel. And I was like, oh, and I'm like, oh, but it's not a Fast and the Furious game. But I was just wondering if you ever played that, because then there was talks about like this was supposed to be a movie as well for him, and that didn't happen because the Fast and Furious came right back.
Yeah, Wheelman was supposed to be a Fast and Furious game, but Universal didn't approve it. And this is when Vin Diesel had his own development company. He had his own video game company, like that Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. That's from his development company.
Well, it makes sense. He's again someone who's said he's a nerd. Like he played Dungeons and Dragons, and like the tattoo, like he has a tattoo when he's Triple X of like his Dungeons and Dragons character, which is just like again the guy who's all like. Not saying that you can't be swollen a nerd. Joe Manganiello proves that, but still, for him being all tough guy, bravado, Joy, my little brother Joy.
Well, you see how he look now, so that should tell you everything.
I think he's always looked like that. Like I said, if you watch Fast 9, F9. The CGI is all over the place, and it's not in the stunts; it's with him in any scene.
It's his stomach.
But that
I need
reminded
the
me of
CG
like
good.
2 other games because I know you're a big video game aficionado. But one of my favorite video games came from a movie, and that was the Wanted video game.
Mhm.
Like that shit was amazing to me, mainly because you could curve bullets. But I also thought like the missions were dope. But the other one that was like inspired from a video game, I never got to play it though, was Stranglehold, the John Woo game with Chow Yun Fat.
Yeah, that one was pretty solid too.
I never got to play it.
It was.
I always wanted to.
It was just a faster Max Payne. That's all it was. If you ever played Max Payne,
No,
that's all it
my dad did. I would watch him play Max Payne sometimes.
Big Mike was out here playing Max Payne.
Yeah, he was a gamer too.
That's hilarious. I know he was. I could definitely see him just like focused. I thought he only played PGA Tour or something.
That's how we. I mean, we'd sit around and watch him play Grand Theft Auto, and then like, would
Which one?
Vice City. I think he might have played San Andreas too, but it was definitely. He stopped playing, I think, right when the 360 was like the main thing. I mean, we had a 360 at PS3, like we flopped one for the other. We had a Wii. He was into that, but like,
You play Michael Jackson on the Wii?
Michael Jackson, like a Michael Jackson dance game.
Yeah, you know about that?
Hopefully, he didn't have the extracurriculars, as side missions.
Feeding the goats. Holding your crotch with the Wii mode. Jamal.
Is that what you had to do? That? Well, I mean, you know what? That's a good segue into the Matrix 4, Matrix Resurrections, because I just realized this when I was at work. I heard "Remember the Time," and that's what the Matrix 4 is about. That song. No, because like what's the whole point? We're gonna go to spoiler territory starting now, the 11-minute mark.
Hey,
the Matrix Resurrections.
We want y'all to not watch this, so we definitely about to spoil this shit.
No, you should watch it, but I mean, you should be prepared to be let down, like I was. But no, don't forget, like, he's like, remember the time. Like, the whole point is like he's trying to get her to remember once he realizes he's Neo again. He's trying to have her remember she's Trinity. The time we fell in love, and like the love story of them in the first, second, and third, all of that, the flashbacks. I think he's like, the night on the phone. And like, again, that's how they communicate to get to and out of the Matrix. And then in the car, like they're in the car together. I was just like, you and me. I'm just like, holy shit. Lana Wachowski was like, I got an idea for the Matrix 4. And they're like, one was like, what is it? What is it? We can't wait. Have you heard Michael Jackson's Remember the Time? Like, what?
Bro, they don't listen to no Michael Jackson. They probably listen to fucking Madonna. I don't know.
I don't know.
Cher probably they whole thing.
Execs, they probably had like. No, I think they would. But all right, but let's get into the movie because you watched it before me. Again, your desire was to like go full, tinfoil kufi, as you would say. We live in the Matrix, everything and all that. But give us your review. What pissed you off the most, and what did it say to you, and what's it saying to us that we're not realizing?
Warner Brothers got a lot of marketing money.
That as well, yeah.
Warner Brothers really said, you know what? We're gonna go off Space Jam. We're gonna use we're not using a lot of different properties, but at the same time, we're gonna use all our money to just say, oh, this is technology, that we got new technology. That's all it really was. That shit was just like a walking video game. Well, apparently the Matrix takes place in the video game.
I like that wrinkle. First, I would say the first 20 to 30 minutes are actually really great. I liked what they were doing with. He's a video game creator. He created the Matrix, which we obviously know isn't true, but like I thought that was an interesting wrinkle to explain why we're back here again. Like, they've now tricked him into thinking everything that happened before he created. And then the commentary on like what did people like about the first Matrix, all that, and when Jonathan Groff's character is like the studio, our parent company Warner Brothers wants us to relaunch the Matrix. He's like, but why?
When they did that, I said, "Okay, we in for some bullshit here." When they
No,
broke the fourth wall.
I like that because it led to the good scene when they're all pitching ideas like the Matrix is really about this, and they loop it over and over, and again, that's a good commentary about like time and looping, and everything is happening all at once, even though it's taking place different times, obviously because they're wearing different clothes, but the people are saying the same stuff. And the one guy who's fucking from Transformers, who's like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever!" When the fucking robots crash land.
You talking about the dude that was
the guy who was in the coffee shop with him. He was the guy in Transformers who was like,
a little
"Oh my
incel,
god."
the AEW looking fan.
Fair enough, yeah. I thought his whole like bullet time. That's all that people care about. Like, I thought that was interesting. I liked their awareness about that, but then it all kind of goes downhill after that. And the action is just, it's not as good as it was before. And that was the most disappointing thing. Like, I already knew this movie was going to be like the headache of like the century, with them explaining everything only to then like not really matter essentially. But
Bro, the shootout in the office with fake ass Morpheus, that shit. I said, all right, bro. I see what y'all doing.
Yeah,
y'all going OD with the cartoons, man.
I mean, they have the good chase with Jessica Henwick's Bugs character, where like she does CGI parkour. That was a little interesting, but that's like the only kind of set piece where I was like, oh, but it was not inventive. And these were the Wachowskis kind of invented the next wave of action movies. And like you had a top what the Matrix had done, not in just the first one, which is amazing with its hand-to-hand fight scenes and its gunfights, but then the CGI influence fight scenes of Revolutions, where you completely have a CGI Keanu Reeves fight, 440 CGI Hugo Weavings, but it's still amazing. But yeah, I think their interest wasn't in that as much as it was what they wanted to say, which I don't blame them for doing that. Again, there was a team of writers who worked on the show Sense8. Did you ever watch that the Wachowskis made for Netflix?
SENSHI?
No, it's Sense, like your sense, and then 8, the number 8.
Oh, I heard of that. I thought you said Sense8.
It was no. Yeah, Sense8. And I think I never watched it, but it was 8 people all over the world, like all shared the same mind or consciousness, something like that.
Yeah, I heard of it.
And that was one of the big endeavors for Netflix that like I don't think fully panned out. But when the Wachowskis weren't making movies, I think it was that break after Jupiter Ascending, they were making that show because they had some flops with Speed Racer, Cloud Atlas, and Jupiter Ascending.
And Speed Racer is a good movie.
That's the thing in hindsight. A lot like that. That's one of the big film Twitter things is that Speed Racer is actually really good.
Yeah, no, it's the same cinematography as The Matrix. It looked like The Matrix right now.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the car chases in this, the motorcycle chase at the end when they're like fighting through the sea of people. It's all very like a first time director. And again, this is just the one Wachowski sister. And I didn't want to think like that was going to have an impact on it, but I think it clearly did. It's always hard to figure out how teams of directors work. I mean, you and I haven't watched The Tragedy of Macbeth yet because that's
it's damn near impossible to watch unless you're in a major city in America.
But I mean, we'll be able to once it hits Apple TV because then it'll be available elsewhere.
Or somebody gonna have that camera, or somebody gonna have a screener somehow.
I don't think Denzel, I don't think you should be watching all movies like that. Get your ass to the theater.
Hey, Denzel, we can't drink Henny in the theater.
Huh?
Henny?
Yeah.
I
What you
like
mean-
it too.
What you mean I can't drink Hennessy in the theater?
Sir, you can't get your fucking hands off me.
Chill, fuckers. That's what. hey,
Get your
hey,
hands
hey, stay back, stay back, stay back.
I can
All
imagine
right,
him doing some
hold on
judo
now, hold
shit.
on now, hold on now. Yeah. All right,
The-
all right.
I can imagine him doing some judo shit like that.
Oh yeah, you think Denzel can fight?
He from Yonkers?
Mount
Yeah.
Vernon, I thought.
Yeah, he can fight. Or he can stab you.
Yeah.
He from the 70s? Yeah. Yeah. He
He
definitely
was in
got
the
knowledge.
70s and his wife paid on the first date.
That's some, hey man, listen. Real music.
That's
Real
what you
music
try to do.
2022. Bitch,
Um,
I ain't paying for nothing.
but obviously, we haven't seen that yet, and that's just again, like I said, the one Coen brother directing that by himself. About, I always forget. I think it might be Ethan Coen who's directing this.
I thought it was Joe. I'm looking it up
See.
right now.
It's always tough to figure out which is which.
Are we not going to talk about a journal for Jordan?
I mean, do you want to? I had told you about it. Yeah, it is Joel Coen. Okay, and
I
it's
think
just
I'm gonna
solely
watch
written
it.
by him as well.
It's
I
directed
told
by
you he had
Denzel.
made. I told you he had made this sappy, movie based on a true story. Which it, and when you find out that it is, it's just like heartbreaking because the movie kind of gives it away. I mean, the trailer kind of gives away the movie, and then if you look it up, you're like, oh my god, oh my. It's just like no.
Yo, if he definitely made Michael B. Jordan a good actor, Denzel's the greatest of all time.
I mean, I think Michael B. Jordan is a good actor in the way that Channing Tatum is, in terms of like you need the right director. No. I mean, and a lot of times when people say so and so is not a good actor, it's really a lot of times a director that gets the best performance out of them. And I think Coogler is able to get the best performances out of Michael B. Jordan compared to, like earlier this year with Without Remorse, directed by Stefanos Lima, which is a solid action movie, and I enjoyed it.
But he shouldn't have started in that.
No, he should have, because he's believable in doing that action.
I couldn't believe it.
Why is that?
Couldn't believe it. He got dusted up in goddamn The Wire.
He was a kid.
Fuck exactly.
Oh my god, that's like
All the other kids survived in The Wire.
I know, and I never watched The Wire.
Great show. All right, so I'm gonna say this ahead of time before he come through. Snowfall is better. Let's edit this out. Keep going.
No, I mean,
Well, I told our potential guest this already before. He was like, "You bugging."
yeah, but he said it straight to your face that you. Wait, what'd you say? You will have the wildest take. Have it true and also be wrong. He was saying that, I think, to you and my other father.
Yeah,
He's saying
how it
both of
works.
you are correct, but then you were also insanely wrong.
Yeah, that's how I usually work. That's my logic of life.
But yeah, Journal for Jordan. I mean, will you see it? Do you think you would cry during it like you did during King Richard?
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna cry for this. Even though I do feel bad for the lady, I don't think I'll cry. Maybe I don't think so though. I feel bad. I feel bad.
I mean,
for
the
her.
trailer again, like the trailer is me thinking like, oh my god. Again, Michael B. Jordan's acting is good in the trailer too. The shitty thing about that movie, in terms of like the trailer giving it away, it also just made it seem like a serious SNL sketch.
Yeah.
Like halfway through, it's like, and then you hear like Denzel Washington be like, "A Journal for Jordan in theaters December." I'm just like, wait, this is like a real movie? Like, what the fuck? It's not like a Folgers commercial or something where like.
And I'm trying not to laugh because that lady.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just saying.
know.
I was just like, oh my god, like.
I want to know who.
Wow.
Let me find out who the editor is. That'll tell you everything.
Oh, of the trailer? Or do you mean of the movie?
Yeah, for the movie.
Oh.
Is
We'll
this
get
his
the trailer.
second movie he's directed since Antoine Fisher?
No, I think he directed the Great Debaters
Oh, he did.
and then Fences. Right?
Did he direct Fences?
I thought he did.
Okay, so it explains all them fucking close ups. He was off
And
the
then and don't forget he directed the that Grey's Anatomy episode.
Which one are you referring to? I've never seen Grey's Anatomy.
The one where she was like, "When you're on my set, you listen to me." Denzel, you don't remember that story
No.
where Meredith Grey, Ellen Pompeo, like was telling Denzel what to do on set?
Oh no.
Yeah,
Please
he did
indulge
direct.
if you want to.
He did direct Fences. I thought so.
Hey man, one of the greatest bars of all time came from Lloyd Banks. We don't use your entrance. Hanging. What do you say? Hammers, swing them like Denzel and Fences. I know you don't listen to rap. I'm sorry, Davis.
Just because of what had happened on our previous pod together, where a man said, "You know, when we get to Oasis, I'm sure you'll have some input."
I was gonna say Tim and Paula.
I don't listen to Tame Impala.
You should.
Why? Because I'm white.
No, because they fucking phenomenal. So what's the story, if you don't mind telling me?
About what?
So apparently he was on the set.
Oh, like I said, like no, he directed. Like for some reason, he directed an episode of Grey's Anatomy, but during the set, Ellen Pomp, like he was told Ellen Pompeo, he was trying to give her advice or like telling her like she needs to be in this spot, and she had basically done some care and shit like, don't tell me what to do on my set. I've been here for 15 years. You're on here for a few weeks. Like you're not going to tell me what to do or something like that. It was real white privilege, Karen energy that she had, which is not shocking. And he was like, you're going to tell me, Oscar winner.
So
two times.
You telling me how you want to do the shot? Is that what you telling me? No.
No.
I call the shots around here. I do this.
Did you ever work with Tony Scott? Did you ever work with Jonathan Demme?
Anti-Fuqua. I know his name.
What he had said. So here's what happened. So while promoting the tragedy of Macbeth, another clip has come out where my theory of Denzel might be, hitting the bottle.
All right, bro.
Which is nothing wrong with that. All due respects. But he said, I got meetings lined up with Paul Thomas Anderson, with who was the second name?
See, forgot talking all that shit.
I forgot the second name, but then third name was Alfonso Cuarón. No, he said Cuarón or something like that. I'm like, it's Cuarón. Cuarón. He said Cuarón. Like
I don't drink that much. And I fuck up on names, bro. You just fuck up on names sometimes.
But you're just like, you're starting to believe my theory too. And I'm not judging him for it in terms of like, yeah, it all happens. It happened to Michael Jordan. It happened to Chris Jericho. It happened to Tina Turner.
So it's something about the Chris's and the Michaels, but not the Denzels. How many Denzels have you met in your life?
Like actually met in person?
Or heard?
No. Oh, you mean names?
I only met 2 Denzels in my life.
Who?
2 of them are my friends. That's the only Denzels, and they both under 30 years old, which is weird.
Were they named after Denzel?
One of them was. He from Mississippi. The other one from Houston.
Isn't that what Tony Brown says? At night in Tupelo, Mississippi. I threw 20 men out of Battle Royal.
You ever been to Mississippi?
I didn't leave the state of California until I moved here.
Don't go to Mississippi.
And then I've only been out of California in the place that you and I were at the same time.
If you go to Mississippi, they might get you.
Whoa. The white people or the...
No, you. You're white. You smell like them, boy.
Whoa. Where you at? Oh, my God.
Is that Slick Johnson?
What do you mean, them? Is that my version of us?
I tell you, feller, them
Let's get back to the Matrix. We're getting way off topic.
Oh, Mississippi is the Matrix.
Explain.
Oh, or Resurrection is. You don't know what the fuck is going on. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of green. It's just no Asian people in Mississippi.
What was your biggest fault with the movie since you...
Everything. Everything. I'm going to give it to y'all straight. This is what I'm doing for 2022. All listeners, thank y'all for being here. Subscribe at the BVD Pod on Twitter. I'm giving y'all straight up. I'm not being in between. I'm about to be hot and cold with anything.
But you gotta also have a reason for why you're hot or cold. You can't just be yes and no.
For you, I'll do that.
You can't do a Bret Hart promo.
For you, I'll do this. Otherwise, not. People could go fuck themselves and they don't like my opinion. Listen, respectfully, bruh, it was good in the beginning. And then immediately when they had that shootout with motherfucking skinny Bobby Lashley in the office, and then this motherfucker yelled out Mr. Anderson, I'm like,
now, see, I will agree after that, because I was pissed that he wakes right up in the therapist's office. I was like, what kind of bullshit's this? Like, we're supposed to believe that, again, you know, my mind's playing tricks on me type of shit with him as Thomas Anderson. I will agree. I'm disappointed in how this movie used Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who's pretty much great in everything he's done. I mean, he's the best part. He's the best part of Aquaman. When I first watched Aquaman, I'm like, holy shit! I wish he was in this movie more, because the story they have with him and his dad, and his performance is great in it. He's great in Us, and like the 2 scenes he has as her drunk father, during her flashbacks of the night where she's, you know, where what happens. They never show his face. You just see the back. He's a cartoon character. They never
big ass peanut head.
You kind of see like his full body, but they never show directly on his face, and you can hear his voice. And he's giving like this great drunk dad type of performance. I never watched the show he was on, The Get Down, and in Baywatch but everyone's bad in that movie.
The Get Down that was a cool little show. Baywatch, I went to the movies to see that.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah, that shit was okay. It was all right. It was cool. It could have been worse.
What else? Oh, Watchmen. He's great, and obviously he's part of one of the best TV episodes of all time, which is a god walks into a bar. The love story that happens with his and Regina King's character.
He had to walk around showing his tallywhacker. I said fire for that. I had to turn my damn head. It's the same thing with a movie we potentially might be talking about that's on Netflix.
Oh,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, we'll get to that. And again, this is kind of what's been happening. Oh, wait a minute. We got a special guest here. Tell the people who you are.
Ilfam79 on all social media. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Yes, people.
It's been a
there
while.
are Samoans in Baltimore.
What happened?
There are Samoans in Baltimore people that's watching this on YouTube.
Yo, hey, listen. If you just seen me back in the day, you really be like, oh, fam might be.
Yeah, I've told him this. Like,
yeah,
fam had the Uso hair. Like,
see what it is. I think we get cursed, like, because I had like long hair and it was like wavy, like the wild wavy top, and it looked like, you know what I mean, like wild Samoan. So you know what I mean, wild Samoan. Anyway, so when you know what I mean, I guess when you abused that back in the day, the Lord take it back later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to rock the S curl. I can't do that now.
You used to put the juices and berries in it, and
yeah, my mom really wanted me to be Elder Barge, and now I'm Chico without the substance abuse.
I don't think I've ever seen a picture of Banks with hair.
Well, nigga, can you sing?
I'm like J. Jonah Jameson, like $10,000 for a picture of Banks with hair.
Give me some crack like Chico, and maybe I can sing.
Huh.
But no, right now, fam, we were just talking about the Matrix Resurrections. Did you get a chance to watch that?
Ooh, I did not.
All good, all good.
That was the plan. That was the plan. And I kept seeing reactions, and then I just kept starting episodes of Snowfall. So
smarter choice, I would say.
Good choice.
Were you a fan of the original 3 by chance?
of course.
Did you at least
Absolutely.
Okay. Even though they got worse after each and went in descending order. And this movie,
but they look cooler.
It's still that.
They look cooler going the other way because you don't go. We weren't going to the Matrix for a theatrical masterpiece because it was like, if I give you an action thriller, I'm not giving you like a theatrical classic. That's normally how it was. Now these Marvel guys is trying to give you both, and I'm like, all right, but it ain't gonna work out a lot of the time.
But they just did recently.
They absolutely
we'll get to that in a second because that was one reason to invite you on. But yeah, I would say, I mean, get to it when you want to. Much like I told you with Eternals, how that's really much of a standalone Marvel movie. You can just get to that on your own time.
That'll probably melt in later on. That'll probably melt into the story later on.
But the Matrix Resurrections is almost like someone trying to make a Matrix movie, but the shitty thing is, it's the people that made.
It was the Wachowskis.
It was just the one, which is again I had kind of thought going in, I just was like, yeah, I don't know. I think you kind of needed both, but we never seen one without the other. They hadn't really branched off like that while they were doing Speed Racer, all their other projects. They were always a tandem.
Speed Racer looked amazing. Amazing.
And that's how Resurrection looked. It looked like Speed Racer, and Speed Racer's 11 years old.
No, I think Resurrections looks bad a lot. I think it looks like a TV show. They don't have.
It ain't look like Agents of Shield, did it?
Damn near at times, yeah. Well, it's not like a bit.
That's too.
No. It looks like I would say like the best. Like if FX did not even if FX did a sci-fi show, it damn near is like
is it like a CW show? I wanted Black Lightning to be good, yo. I wanted it to be good, and it didn't start off bad. Then the last season, oh man, I don't quit shows, so I gotta see
the
it
opposite
through.
Of me. I throw in the towel just when I want to, fuck it. Nope.
Yeah, I really wanted because I like Scooter from Living Single, you know what I mean? He was the great lead in the
Chris Williams.
No, Scooter from Living Single. I was really a big fan of everything, you know what I mean? And they had the daughter, then they pulled the Aunt Viv with the daughters on this season and explained it as her molecules dissipated in the atmosphere.
No.
And reformulated into a dark-skinned tall girl. No, it's me.
I ain't the little light-skinned girl that used to be on Tyler Perry no more. I'm the other one.
I didn't know it was Tyler Perry.
Should the MCU have done that with Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle? Someone should have said "What happened to you, May?"
They should have
different, May.
They should have made Don Cheadle do a impression.
Oh, yeah.
Lucius line. Hey, man. Man. I ain't gonna stay with this, man. Y'all, bro. Every time I come here, man, I just get my nose and I just ready to go, man.
I'm the war machine, man. Even that's more Razor Ramon, but
his best line in the movie was, "Next time, baby, next time."
Yeah. I do like the scene they have where he's like, "Oh, so you're driving?" Where he's like, "Yeah, with the top down." He's like, "Really? Then what are we shooting at?" And all that when they have the back and forth when he realizes that I'm in the suit. It's me, okay? It's me. But yeah, Matrix Resurrections, it's very lackluster and disappointing. And it kind of runs the full gamut of all 3 Matrix movies into one. It's good. It's all right. And then it's bad. And then you might as well just turn this off at this point. Because you're just going to get infuriated or
Is there any cool in the movie? Like, is there scenes where you're just like, oh no, this is straight. Okay, that was dope. Not necessarily the story, but like, are there moments at least?
Right before you joined us, me and Big suggested like there's nothing really, in my opinion at least, that is like a memorable sequence or set piece. Okay. I think the first 20 minutes are phenomenal in terms of like a commentary about why they're doing this, which they have like a line where the character that Jonathan Groff plays is like, our parent company, Warner Brothers, wants us to reboot The Matrix, and then Counters is like, wait, why? It's kind of like that 21, 22 Jump Street where they're like, since we're out of ideas, they've decided to bring back a program from the 90s, because we're out of original ideas. That whole scene when Nick Offerman tells Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill like why this movie is happening, like 22 Jump Street, like since it worked so well the first time, they thought we should do it again. But after that, it kind of goes down. And we had just it kind of waste Abdul Mateen, like his performance in it is very like, it's squandered. And this is a guy who's one of the best young actors out there.
How was he in Candyman? Was Candyman good?
No, that movie stunk.
I never saw it.
It was about the scariest thing was gentrification.
Oh, so it's reality based.
Yeah, but
I saw the reviews say that. Yeah, it was much more real horror.
Yeah, but there was a lot of think pieces in it as well, so it felt like it was a Twitter space. That was the real horror.
But isn't that what this is too, Banks? In a way, the think piece. I mean, I think it's trying to overthink piece.
No, it's a sim story.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, like what I mean. Like I understand the love. Like he loved a woman, so I'm willing to go through the video game to get the woman and all this shit. I'm willing to go through the Ivan Ooze to get the woman. So that's essentially what it is.
I'm sorry. How do we get to Power Rangers?
Remember like how they were in the goop when they were born? Yeah, no, they basically run back to first. They basically, and it's not even in a cool way. With the way it starts, I almost thought they were going to do Endgame in terms of like recreate previous sequences from the Matrix movies, because there's a scene happening, but Abdul Mateen is the Agent Smith, and Jessica Henwick, who is Colleen Wing in The Defenders and Iron Fist. I thought her character is like watching this unfold. I thought they were going to have a thing where like we have to go back into the Matrix and like bring Neo and like do something like that.
Oh, this sucks for her. It sucks for her because she had to choose between the Matrix and doing Shang-Chi, and she chose wrong.
Well, they said because I saw that headline too, because she said she hopes they bring back Colleen Wing, which is like, I mean, if they brought back Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, I mean,
hey, sorry about your damn luck.
And her scenes got cut in The Last Jedi, so that's why Rian Johnson just put her in Knives Out too. So she just seems to have bad luck, which is unfortunate.
Damn, everybody in Knives Out too. I know we talked about it months ago, but goddamn.
Janelle Monáe, Dave Bautista, Ethan Hawke,
OJ.
It's called Knives Out.
Is OJ going to be the red herring? There's someone being stopped like OJ. He's like,
hey man, OJ is a wild nigga, boy.
I didn't do it.
I'm just saying. That's
Take care.
man.
Hey y'all, Twitter world. They ain't verifying that nigga at all. He got 700,000 followers.
Hey, Twitter world. He putting on gloves and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, that Twitter world. Shut up. Like,
you really should just lead to that at this point. Just, when you got gloves that can't fit, try these. And like it's extenders or something,
Y'all
or like Ricky Bobby, the Jack
Hawk
Hawk 9000. Like he becomes a knife salesman on like QVC. Like this right now here, it gets through, pierces the skin well.
No, man, they need to give him his own like football, like a running back show on NFL Network.
Trying to have him be the Ric Flair of football,
like Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? You call it how I would have done it, talking all about running backs the day before.
Slant left, slant right.
slash.
or go in between.
We gotta have him reenact the run like Chappelle with like the bad knees, like how he's.
Now you seen Jamie Foxx do it, Davis?
I don't think so. No.
He was talking about because he wanted to talk to OJ's wife. Daughter, the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's talking about I want to talk to her. She
Arnell,
fine as
right?
hell, but yeah, he said she fine as hell, but
Bitch,
you
man,
know,
like a motherfucker.
you fucking with the juice. You fucking with the juice.
Mm-mm.
She is bad though.
I wonder what she look like now because it's been a minute.
She still look good.
Okay,
She still look good, but
because you know he looked in the coral and
But that's like the 8th time that's happened this year on the pod in terms of Coral.
disappointed every time, heartbroken.
That's why you do it. Like maybe this time it'll be different. But let's get to a movie that you had seen before Banks and I had saw. You had saw the earliest screening, and I think you kind of had a similar reaction that I had. Banks, you know, he says it's just okay, but that movie is Spider-Man: No Way Home. What was your thoughts on it, and where's it in the MCU top 10? Your personal top 10?
It's rough. It's just too early. I'm not a bridge jumper when it comes to those things. I try not to be prisoner of the moment. However, it's a really good movie. Really, really good movie. It's probably the best fan service I've ever seen a movie do because it's a good movie while serving the fans instead of kind of picking one. So yeah, no, I thought it was dope, man. It could probably be. I mean, it's what is it? 25, 6, 7 movies.
27, 28, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably top 10, easy.
That's what I was saying. I was trying to figure out which movie I was kicking out of my top 10 to put this into. Those it was either going to be Ant-Man or Thor Ragnarok.
It's better than Ant-Man. Ragnarok to be seen. Ragnarok was really dope. So
yeah, I still have to see it a second time, but the first time viewing was like, holy shit, this is better than I thought it would be. Because I went in with not low expectations because everyone was like, oh, watch this not even be good. I was just like, let me not get too hyped. I'm just going, you know. And I think you had said it, and it was accurate that what we see in the trailers, there's still much more of a movie besides what
it's all first. It's almost all first act in the trailers, except for like you'll see him flying at the by that whatever that Statue of Liberty cap shield combination.
That was
called.
they won't let him die.
Well, you know it ain't because he didn't die. It's a new captain.
Yeah,
black in America now.
Well,
so
the nigga gotta earn the shield though.
Don't you think that's why they?
That nigga's a blood and a crip, ain't he?
Yeah. So what? Blue and green make black.
Outstanding.
You think that's why they stopped construction on the Statue of Liberty? Like, wait, who's Captain America now? Oh, wait a minute, no.
He's not my Captain America.
Which again, that was the whole point of their show, which I didn't have a problem with that. I think the problem with the show.
Hey, I would kind of want them to put in like some red dad hats that says "Not my Captain America" would be amazing.
Oh, and the fourth one.
Yeah, whatever the next thing they do, I just want somebody to walk by with a MAGA looking joint to say "Not my Captain America."
So they might do that at the next Darius Lockhart match because there was a couple of them doing that when Matt Hardy was wrestling.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. I think he about to do something really dope. I think he about to take that Diaspora Championship that Trish Adora has. I think he might beat her for that and put it on NWA TV.
Interesting.
I can go 20 ways with this joke, and it's all good jokes.
Hey, get busy.
It's the NWA and it's a black title.
Hey.
Oh.
So many ways I can go with this.
Yeah, straight out of Compton.
Dr. Dre would definitely approve. Never mind. That match setup.
But given
he wrestles a lot of
overall. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Dre allegedly wrestled.
Wait.
That is out of control. Shout out D Barnes. Go ahead.
Do you think that was the best thing from the MCU this year, Spider-Man: No Way Home? Because this is a chat that we've kind of had with.
That's
you,
rough,
Cal,
man.
with the shows and the movies, because the movies have been lesser than this year, while the shows have been the best thing they've had.
What movies did we get? Black Widow,
Black Widow,
and
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi was good.
No, Shang-Chi, I'm saying that's the second best movie I
That
had
was
this year.
fire.
But then Eternals as well.
I haven't heard great things, but I haven't seen it. But the shows WandaVision and God dang Loki have been dope. So I don't know. It's just a tough call there. It's been some good stuff coming out of Marvel. I look forward to pretty much everything they do.
Even Falcon and Winter Soldier, which had
I liked it.
which dragged every kind of half episode, was like it was really, out of all the shows, was the one that should have been a movie. That was the kind of the consensus review was.
I can see, yeah.
We
They
didn't
didn't do a whole bunch of small things that they needed to pull from other movies or bring into other movies. That could have been just a
And also, I think that way the action could have been a little bit better. It has that great opening scene with Sam flying through planes and one plane through another plane and all that. But then we kind of get a fight scene with them on the 18-wheeler and the stuff in, I forget what country they were in, like the big Asian country.
I thought it was some Eastern European general.
But then like the handicap
Smash
match
niggas.
against U.S. agent. But it was a thing where
Everything is wrestling, huh?
it is literally. And the thing about the TV shows is it adopted a Netflix model of every episode had a cliffhanger, which worked to its benefit, because since they had dropped them all at once, you literally had to wait till next week. They adopted that old school mindset, and I still haven't finished Hawkeye. I know you have him. Thanks, I don't think you've started it, right? And you won't.
I finished episode 1.
What'd you think of the first? Because I thought the first one was good, and then episode 2 was a step down, but then episode 3 picks it right back up, and that's where I was left.
Once again, like Bam said, everything is wrestling, so it's a build-up.
Yeah.
I think
We're just
you're
doing
getting
lockups.
It's rest holes. I think it's really good character work here. I think this is one of the few joints where we kind of find out way more about these people. It's kind of what I think we were supposed to get from Falcon Winter Soldier, but I don't think they did it well enough. They definitely didn't do it as good as Hawkeye did.
Well, WandaVision, I think, did it the best because it was, again, the whole point of that show was the one character that literally gets probably like 20, 30 minutes total in all of her appearances in 4 to 5 movies. And same thing with Loki, the guy who's the scene stealer in the films he appears in, even when he's the villain.
So
and focus on why we should root for this guy.
WandaVision was like the girl in the black strip club that played the white song. So like it looks amazing, but like you want to see where this joint is going. Like, all right.
I was in from the start. I thought I enjoyed the sitcom model. I thought they had that cheat code and they worked it to its benefit. Because then it pays off for the super dramatic episode as the penultimate episode.
Mm-hmm. Which is, I mean, there needs to be some sort of thing done about the penultimate episodes because they're always amazing. Like that's always the one. Because a lot of times the finales are prologues.
The finale though with Loki was good with the appearance by King of the Conqueror, or at least a version of King of the Conqueror.
He who is it? He who remains, or
yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, so he's not king yet, but he will be. It's ill. I mean, his monologue alone, like, just was like, yo, this is crazy. But it was more setup, and it was so it was dope. But that episode before, it gave you all
when it's all three the three Lokis coming together to get out of,
and all the action, and you know what I mean, and all the build up and the energy, that nervous, you know what I mean, that nervous energy that you worry about, like what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. But like I said, I mean, Black Widow, we more or less didn't need it.
We needed it because Hawkeye. So you got to keep watching.
They introduced Spider-Man in Civil War. I mean, come on, they could have done the same thing with Yelena.
But
could've-
they want you to like her. They
Yeah.
really want you to like
I
her.
mean, it's Florence Pugh. We all like her. I mean, I think except you.
Who is we?
I don't dislike her.
No, I'm just saying
dislike
because
her. I'm just not.
a certain family member said, "Wait a minute,"
Something you wouldn't tell us without saying names?
I mean, he's an old horny motherfucker, so.
I wasn't here.
But again, that movie to me, much like The Matrix, its trailer makes you think, oh, like this is going to be a great action movie, and then the set pieces are like, we've seen better, and this is kind of was like your big hook because we know everything in between is going to be, hit or miss or not care as much. Again, a lot of the family dynamic in Black Widow is just like we get it already. They weren't your parents, you wanted them to be, and he's a selfish, asshole that wanted to be Russian Captain America, and she's a guilt-ridden inventor. It was just when I was in the theater, I was just like, "Oh, this is the worst movie they've made in a while." The MCU.
You went to the movies to see that?
Yeah, because remember I told you. I think I texted you right after. Like they really played the worst cover version of a Nirvana song ever.
Oh,
There's other songs than "Smells Like Teen Spirit." There are other songs.
Yep.
Yeah, there's "Come As You Are." The fucking Batman trailer has "Underneath the Bridge."
Something
Oh,
that way.
Is that the new joint? The Bat and the
Underneath
Cat?
Bridges.
That looks stupid.
I just
that,
watched that
Movie of
trailer.
the year. Once
that
again,
trailer looks stupid.
Yeah.
movie of the year, 2022.
Watching that trailer, I was like, you know what? I think this movie will be good, but I'm still a little bit with what's the final third act. I'm like, okay, this seems like so. There's who causes a flood in Gotham City? Like we almost kind of had that in Batman Begins when they were shooting fucking shit and poisoning the fucking air supply. I'm like, come on.
So basically, what's going on with it, like I told Davis, is they doing a lot of screener. When they do that towards the end of the film, they're going in between a 2.5 hour, 2:45-minute, mark, which is what they want to get. Now, it's two key characters. They keep saying, do they want to add in post credit or keep them in the story? So you can take a guess as to who one of them are. But that's what's going on right now with Warner Brothers. They can't decide the time slot and what they should and shouldn't keep in.
Yo, they're giving us a lot in these credits, though. I mean, in these
That's
these trailers, they're giving us so like I can't imagine. But they already said that that Penguin's getting a series, right?
Yeah. Which is weird. I don't know why Colin Farrell would commit to a series.
You got to get his origin story for his family. Like, the Cobblepot's got money too.
Yeah.
Oswald.
They own slaves.
They gotta
as well.
fix Danny DeVito, man. They gotta fix that goddamn Danny DeVito.
Hey, he was out here like the Fiend with that shit coming out of his mouth. That freaked me out when I was a shorty.
Only thing I kept thinking is, I know that nigga stink.
Yeah.
But remember, he died at the end. He got old gumbo coming out his mouth.
Not old gumbo.
I thought Jonah Hill would have been a good Penguin. Much like how his character is. I know, much as his character is in Don't Look Up, is like not a hype beast type Penguin, but something similar. A very, Dior dressing, Balenciaga like type of Penguin, very again that aristocratic. Like, and he declined because he was probably like it's too easy. But then Colin Farrell was like, "How about you just throw all the makeup on me so people don't even know it's me?"
Yeah, Jonah Hill said he wanted $2 million. That's why.
Again, all that Balenciaga, that shit ain't cheap.
Did either one of you watch Gotham?
Yeah.
No.
I'm a Batman dude, so I watch everything.
That Penguin guy was good, but I didn't understand why they made him gay.
On the show?
Him and Riddler got weird. I didn't understand why they did that.
I mean,
riddle me this.
Who is afraid of Pat Patterson's back?
Oh, I can't
Dude.
think. I can't drop myself out. I can't.
I mean, you can.
Got you, pal. I'll bring you right back.
But not in the usual way. Didn't Sting used to do the riddle me this in WCW for a bit?
So he was Hugh Morris.
God damn. Some of the names back then, I mean, God. Mainly Vince Russo when he was a Corporal Huge Erection.
Davis, you could have been the misfit in action.
Which would have been Lash LaRue?
Huh? Lash LaRue. My brother, what?
Better watch your mouth.
Corporal Cajun? That's what he was?
You could have been Alex Wright.
Hey,
Duh. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree, fam. This trailer's showing us a lot. Like, it's already showing us that the Riddler knows he's Bruce Wayne. But that is the thing in movies now, I mean, in Man of Steel, she figures out he's Clark Kent right away. Aunt May, and I mean, well, Ned finds out first in Homecoming, then Aunt May finds out at the end. So the secret identity doesn't really matter as much now because I think it's the mindset, like, it just makes everyone seem stupid, too stupid at least. Which is all like every time Peter's gone, Spider-Man shows up. Which is the whole point of MJ in Far From Home. Like,
Here's
you're
my
never in
thing.
the same place when he shows up. Why is that? Like,
If they doing that in these two key characters, whoever they are, they need to bring in Hugo Strange because we have yet to have Hugo Strange like on the movie. He was in Gotham. I'm getting very nerdy. I'm sorry, Davis, but Hugo Strange, look him up. He finds out.
I know. Yeah, he's a Dr. Narcum, right?
yo, and I thought the Asian dude was dope too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Asian dude. He was in Is that Park? Is that No, that's
Let me
cuz from
see.
Oz, right?
Oh God, Oz came back.
Just when you thought you were out.
So
No,
Oz
Tom.
4 takes place in the
Oh,
Squid
but
Games.
What happened? Oz what? What happened?
Takes
with
place
Oz?
at the Amazon factory.
D.D.
Yeah.
Wong
Yeah, that's him.
from Jurassic World and SVU.
Damn, that nigga sound familiar.
But he was in what else was he in? Was
He
he
was
in
in
Oz?
Mr. Robot. If you ever watched Mr. Robot, I think he might have been in. He was great on Mr. Robot as what was the character's name?
I like Mr. Robot.
White Rose. That's who he played.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
It just, bro, it was too much going on after season 3.
Yeah, he was on Oz. Father Ray Mukata.
I thought so. Yeah. That's where I knew him from.
And so are you thinking? Wait, so they're saying the two characters at the end are gonna not characters they're introducing. They're not characters in the movie. Because I'm not trying to read too much about this.
This
movie.
isn't a one-off.
I keep
That's what we
saying
were
it's.
saying.
This ain't
I
in the
keep-
Riddler verse.
Davis keeps saying that.
I'm sorry, the Joker
convinced.
verse.
No,
That's what
I'm saying.
I'm confused about too. Go ahead, Davis, because we talked about that several times. I'm like, yo, is he gonna do a sequel or not?
Ever since this was announced and we started the pod, I said like, this is Pattinson's only one. Matt Reeves is signed on to do, I think, one or two more. But I think Pattinson's like I think he's gonna pull like a Val Kilmer, like I'm done after this. Like I'm not coming back.
Well, Val desecrated the franchise and left.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like, Robert Pattinson's like I only was doing this for the check. I'm not trying to do a second check. He's got his art house movies to go make.
Are we ever gonna get like the Batman Beyond version on screen?
That's me and Big Mike were just talking about this last Saturday. I told him like instead of running back Bruce Wayne, you could have done Batman Beyond. Could have given us the first Batman Beyond. That way, if it missed, you can do it again in 6 years. But we don't need another Batman after having Affleck's. I know BVS is very divisive, especially for someone like me who dislikes it. And then Affleck kind of redeemed himself with Snyder Cut because we got the true performances of like the hack to bit pieces and the Whedon version. But that's what they should have done.
Yeah,
They
I
should have
think
been
they
eager
put
to
him-
rush back Bruce Wayne. And you could have still cast Pattinson as Terry McGinnis. It would have been somewhat believable.
Yeah, I think he did sign on for a couple sequels. They put him in Leor Cohen deal. Dave.
Matt Reeves or Pattinson?
No, Robert Pattinson. He
Hit
said
him
he
with
got some
the
ideas for the
360?
sequel. Yeah, he definitely on the Koch deal with Warner Brothers.
He can.
Are
he
they
can,
scared? Are they staying away from Joker? Because everybody I feel like is now like, we'll talk about Joker, but we ain't really fooling.
So that's what I was alluding to. So the two
I
key
kind of figured
characters.
you were saying that.
One of them is supposed to apparently play my son from Ali. What's his name? Davis or fam? The light skinned dude from Ali. Remember he was the photographer that was in Westworld.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright.
So he's supposed to be
he's
like his
Commissioner
little.
Gordon.
He's supposed to be like Commissioner Gordon's
He's
like
Commissioner
partner.
Gordon. He's
Commissioner
Captain
Gordon,
Gordon now, right? Or no?
No. No, the guy that they keep alluding might be Joker, is supposed to be like quote unquote his little partner. That's the rumor that's going on right now because he has a name attached and he's supposed to be in the precinct and all that. But that's what they keep going back for. If they're going to bring the character in during the movie or the post credit or allude to it or whatever, just to save screen time. Because it looked like it's based on The Longest Halloween anyway.
Yeah, and I think this is the one, like you were saying, like it would be smarter to make this the Arkham series of like a trilogy, like that focuses on stuff that takes place or will be taking place in Arkham and the ramifications of him locking people up for them to ultimately break out and cause kind of like a city takeover. But I can kind of give us some people that we haven't seen before. Don't rush back into the Joker.
That's why Gotham was so dope, is they did like the Court of Owls and they did Pig and you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was a real dope. It was Batman done with like actual, like it paying you know what I mean, homage to the actual comic and the history of what it was, not just what people know of.
See, I think it was before Justice League. I'm like, the best version of Batman would be an HBO TV show of Batman, but you treat it like The Mandalorian, where it's 7 episodes and you bounce from villain to villain with kind of an overarching theme to it. So
the best old man, because we get old man Batman in what's the joint that's on HBO Max? It went from DC to HBO Max.
Titans.
Oh, yeah. We get a lot of old man Batman. Buddy from Game of Thrones is Batman on that joint. So it's dope. But I mean, have there been more Batman stories or Spider-Man stories?
It's been a ton of Batman stories. Because the thing is, I read the comics too. I'm a comic dude. So with Spider-Man, it's like, dude, every year they got a new Spider-Man comic. And it's not even Gwen Stacy. But with Batman, they'll keep a series like they went past 52, Batman 52. So they'll drag it out. But then they'll make something else later on, or they make a different arc. So it's way more Batman because they'll just keep going and going and going as you can with this character because he old as shit.
Well, I mean, starting with Tim Burton's Batman in '89, there were 4 Batman movies before a Spider-Man movie. And then since BVS, there's been no Batman movies and 3 Spider-Man movies. 4 if you want to count Spider-Verse.
What's that really weird for
So that's
Spider-Man?
the thing. The one in Japan?
Was it Japanese Spider-Man? It was real wild.
Like in the 60s or 70s?
Something like that, yeah.
My son had a motorcycle.
Yes. Spider-Man.
But like I was saying, if you count Spider-Verse, you have Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home after BVS. And if you're not counting Justice League as a Batman movie, like because the Batman didn't come out last year like it was supposed to, there's been a Batman absence. And Spider-Man is still, again, we'll be getting the Batman and Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 next in the same year. I think Spider-Man has overtaken Batman in that role in terms of like there's different stories you can tell. Again, he's got his own rogues gallery if you're not going to do the Miles Morales one. That was kind of like the appeal of Tom Holland's, like they'll be able to do Scorpion and Shocker and Vulture, the ones that we missed out on in the Raimi trilogy, and that Andrew Garfield didn't get to because they were too eager to get to that in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the downfall of that second movie. I like the first Andrew Garfield one a lot, but the second one is garbage.
Jamie Foxx tried. He put that shit on his back.
Oh, of course he tried, yeah.
2018.
Yo, why is Jamie Foxx in Spider-Man? Far From Home. I mean, why is he in this movie?
Good
He
agents.
should not be in this movie. Like, it is a huge plot hole because all of the villains in this movie. Are we doing spoilers? I apologize.
Yeah, well, we did a
Okay.
spoiler pod for our previous episode, so people will know that, and we can put it in the comments. And
the movie made already $1 billion, so if they ain't seen it, they ain't seen it yet.
My question though is because all the other villains came because they knew who Spider-Man was. The nigga Jamie Foxx in the movie say, "Oh, I thought you was gonna be black." Like he didn't know who he was. So then why were you here?
See,
Only complain about the movie.
No, I told Banks is that they're taken out right before they die, but they think they're about to kill Spider-Man. Remember, like the whole Dr. Ock says, I had him right in my claws. I was just about to kill him, and the Lizard says the same thing. But then they're taken right back out, and then Electro. I told this Banks he never knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man. When you watch The Amazing Spider-Man, he has no idea. He's a Spider-Man fan, but he has no idea it's Peter Parker. And I don't believe Harry Osborn says Peter Parker is Spider-Man, like how Doc Ock says Peter Parker's when he takes him to Harry Osborn in the second one. But I think it was a clever line for him to say. I think it was kind of, and at the hint at Miles Morales as well. I think Jamie Foxx is that kind of like he has with the I'm just gonna stand here butt ass naked. When he's in the middle of the fucking electrical field.
Yo, I kept hearing Wanda's voice when I saw him.
Oh no, you was ready to go?
How you doing? No, he don't say how you doing. I forgot what he said.
I'm ready to go.
But I mean, I don't think it's when you said I'm like, no, it's not really that big of a plot hole. It's because the whole point is anyone that knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man, right? So again, why is he there if he doesn't know? I'll agree in that aspect, but
that's my only problem.
Yeah, it's not as glaring as
I mean, but it's glaring in that they point out in the movie that he doesn't know. You know what I mean? With that line, they be like, "This is a plot hole."
Unless he does know, and again, Jamie
to the
Foxx
West Coast niggas, I call everybody cuz I ain't.
Or we running back our cook.
You'll be all right. Most of our fans is on the East Coast.
Oh, all right.
According to the analytics.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. People listen between 6 and 11 p.m., I think.
Cuz we out here banging, cuz we ain't out here watching podcasts, cuz.
Hey, Electro was blue in the movie.
Yeah. Electro was big blue in the movie.
He was blue. Da booty da da.
He was Big U.
I'm not.
Davis, don't worry about it. Don't look up Big U. Shouts out to the
OG.
Yeah. See, but even see that movie got.
Where Jamie Foxx get that wig from, bro? The LeBron wig.
I think it's an install, son. I don't think it's a wig. I think it's one of them. I mean,
doesn't Deion Sanders have one?
They shade that hole and then they paint it down there.
Prime bought some new teeth 10 years ago before Roman Reigns.
But if you're rich, you have to buy new teeth.
They still look like 32 tombstones.
The chiclets. He got dolphin teeth. Shouts out to Prime.
But you have to buy
he's doing the lowest work right now.
Yeah. Do you think I mean, we just briefly talked about John Madden passed away when we just started the pod.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do you think I'm saying he's more remembered as being a tactician and a schemer as a coach because he doesn't have the accolades as a Bill Walsh or a Bill Belichick. Chuck Noll type in terms of like Super Bowl. It's not that that's the end all be all, but he's I think more remembered for how they play the game, like focusing on offensive line play and blocking and creating openings for running backs.
He was literally an X's and O's guy.
Yeah. Which is why he became the X's and like the ultimate color commentator. Yeah.
Well, you see here.
See, you got a guy here. You got a guy over here. And they're going to cross over. And then you get a big guy out here in flat. All right, John. Listen, John Madden and Pat Summerall, that is what football sounds like. Yep. It's like listening to Marv Albert call basketball. It's like listening to Mean Gene do interviews. It's like listening to Jim Ross call a match 20 years ago, not now, 20 years ago. And damn him all to hell, god damn it. Because JR he be out here phoning it in.
Imagine Jim Ross and John Madden on doing a football game and then a wrestling match right after.
That's too much. That's two different energies, bro. That's way too different energies.
But that's what you need, because like Pat Summerall was that balance. Like John Madden was all, you got a guy here and this and all that, and then you got like the velvety smooth tones of Pat Summerall. He looked like he never blinked. He was just like, and that's the ball game.
It's like Hugh
Jackson kind of had like we got a great game tonight. Who are some of the best commentators in Europe in football? We'll go with football.
Well, I mean, you know who I'm gonna say. I'm definitely going with Antonio Romo. You know what I mean? Respect to his Hispanic heritage.
Definitely Puerto Rican.
Is he Cody Rhodes?
He's
Cody Rhodes
he's not. He's Hispanic.
I know. Just so Cody Rhodes is Cuban.
Allegedly, only on the 1st and the 15th.
Right. They even grew up with blonde hair and money. Yeah, that's close. He was white. Anyway,
and Zelda boots.
Not Zelda boots. Older brother was on drugs like Blossom. So definitely Madden, Romo. I like what's the I'm gonna just go through a whole bunch of Cowboys because I think Daryl Johnson, Bruce Johnson is dope.
Yeah, my dad liked Daryl Johnson, as a player, but then when he would see him commentate, he'd be like, oh, he was a great player. I'm like, him?
You know who sucked? Is Witten. Witten was terrible.
Yeah. That's why he went back.
Yeah. That's why he was like, you know what? CT ain't that bad.
Boss, I want my job back. He gave us 5 yards a game.
I mean, I always liked because
they were guaranteed though.
I would always try to watch college football on Saturday, especially on SEC on CBS. Vern Lundquist.
Oh yeah,
I think he's one of the greats. And again, he also has some of the famous basketball and golf. The Jack Nicklaus, yes sir.
Musburger,
the ultimate nasty man. Oh, we got a great game. He was just like looking at the crowd, like, look at her. Ooh. He was Jerry Lawler.
Like me. Okay.
He was Jerry Lawler, and Jim Ross did the fusion dance.
He just forgot to color his mic. Hit the cough button. You know
second
what I mean?
And 10. I like to go 2nd and 10 on those right there.
He was just like, man, here's the pitch.
He did it when Lana was. He did it when Lana was in the crowd at Florida State.
Really?
Yeah, I swear Lana was part of like those FSU girls in like the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when when Brett Musburger has the famous like, for every hot-blooded American male, Florida State applications are where it's at, or something like he said. Like, send in your applications. Yeah.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Well, he made AJ McCarron's girl famous with the "That's why you play quarterback, fellas."
That's great. That's great.
But it's like he's not wrong.
He's not lying. That's what endorsement money is.
But yeah. What about you, Biggs? Who are some of your favorite football commentators?
OJ.
Please don't say Joe Buck.
That nigga did commentate.
Did he try? Did he try? Or no? Or do you try
Keyword, he
pseudo?
tried.
Who's
Remember,
this?
OJ.
Oh, OJ was on the sideline.
Sideline.
OJ was
I
a
knew-
sideline guy.
Oh, yeah,
I
he
knew
was a
did something.
commentator.
Yeah.
Always with that blue jacket. That blue jacket was kind of slick. It was a
Was
Columbia.
he Crippen?
He from Northern California, so maybe, maybe not. He from the
Got it,
old
Fat.
school San Francisco before.
Okay, wait a minute. Settle down. The last 24 hours, we've had to gotta keep our composure.
I don't recollect and all them different type of words about the past 24 hours. Today is Monday to me.
But fam, since you said you hadn't seen The Matrix, what else? The King's Man. Banks and I had seen that. Are you a fan of the Kingsman franchise? Do you?
It's one of those things I always meant to do.
There's only 2, so you're not really.
I thought it was 3.
behind.
Well,
The third one
other
just
one's-
came out.
The third one, it
It's
is
the
out.
prequel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
finally, after 2 fucking years.
And they could have kept it in the vote too.
Nah, I won't say that about it. I
No,
will say,
Fox.
much like the
Y'all went,
Matrix.
so y'all already saw that one too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, y'all just be out here in these streets, huh?
No, it's rare. This is Ask Davis. This is a rare time I've actually had
I
a
need
chance.
a mask, nigga. I don't know what y'all.
You don't understand how bootlegs work. That's how I watch the Kings, man. I ain't paying $10.97.
Oh, I thought y'all was out there with the $20, the $20
I'm with,
no.
no, I saw it. I paid $6 to see it last Tuesday. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'll tell
$5
y'all off
Tuesdays
air
at my theater.
how to get past Fandango. How to get y'all money for Fandango.
Fandango.
Hey, yo,
Not the dancing
dirty,
nigga.
Dirty Dango is his name now.
Yeah,
Dirty Dango.
Breeze.
I beg your
You just
pardon.
go like,
That nigga named Dirty Dango now. He
you can't go back to being fucking Johnny Curtis. I mean,
Is this nigga Deuce Bigelow?
no, that's Bob Bagwell.
Hey man, listen.
No, I mean when we basically have transitioned to being a movie pod a majority of the time, so you got to go to the theater to see some movies.
No, you can
I mean, there are
watch them
movies.
online.
The movies that come to Netflix, like Don't Look Up, are there's a reason they're straight to VOD.
That was
I
all.
think that's broken now. I don't think that's necessarily the truth anymore, though. Like, I think there are great, like, AAA, you know what I mean, 5-star titles that are going directly to the services now.
What are some of your
Batman.
favorite movies? Not to spoil anything you'll be talking about on Where's Buffy with your best of the year, but what are some movies this year that have been your favorites that you've probably seen them more at home than anywhere, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, but it's been more series than movies. I can't even. It's kind of rough to even think about like what were all the movies of this year.
Well, HBO Max dominated that market of the home and theater release at the same time with Dune, The Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad was dope, man. I enjoyed that. Was
Yeah.
probably the most fun movie that dropped this year.
And real quick, brother. So today it was reported that the Batman will be on HBO Max come April, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
I promise.
A
I
month
saw
later.
it earlier. Yeah. Because they
Oh, yeah,
like
because they're March. I forgot. I thought they were
they like if shit
Doctor
shit ain't
Strange
gonna
moved to May. That's why, yeah.
shit ain't gonna get shut down, but they like we got a backup plan just in case. We got to get this money back.
And that was the thing. Marvel, I think they really took a loss with Black Widow doing that model, the at home as well. I think they made more in the theater than they did. Then I think they thought we'd be able to make some money with this at home because it's a Marvel movie. Whereas Mulan kind of tanked with when they tried you pay $30 to watch this on Disney Plus, which is like, wait, so you got to pay extra on the service you're already paying for? Whereas HBO Max, you don't have to pay anything extra to watch Space Jam: A New Legacy, Mortal Kombat, Judas and the Black Messiah, anything that was on there in theaters at home release, which is all I think. I mean, again, we've been a HBO Max, sponsor us. We've been caping for HBO Max since Tenet.
Hey,
I still didn't see that.
Wow.
Don't watch it at night. It's a
That
good
is
movie,
true. Don't
but
watch it.
don't watch it at night. It's too
I keep-
relaxing.
Like I heard it was too relaxing. Sounds weird. That sounds like a synonym for boring. I I keep seeing people say it was like too complex for complex sake, which makes sense.
It's not that complex.
It's
To
not.
me, it wasn't. No.
I said this, I think, on BRP, where I said it was tier 3 Nolan, because the math was like tier 3. What are your other? I'm like Dark Knight, Prestige, and Dunkirk would be tier 1. Batman Begins, Memento, and Inception would be tier 2.
What?
Yo, when I met my wife, she was really into Memento.
Well, that's a movie where, like, once you hear what it's about, you're like, wait, what the fuck? So then you have to watch it, and when you're watching, you're like, shit, this is it's really happening like this. Like, but I still think the Prestige
Nolan is the goddamn rapidy rapper of goddamn movie producer.
No, that's a fact, because that's kind of what Tenet is him go like that for 2.5 hours, him showing you why he's Chris Nolan. And that's why his next movie.
So Tenet is basically the Black Thought Funk Flex freestyle. I have now combined all 3 of my podcasts into this one. Congratulations.
Yeah, my take on it last year was only black people could control time. Because that nigga saw a different time. He was Max Payne.
Did they give him the painkillers?
No, they just gave him shots of Crown. So you might be Tenet too.
No, it's just the turnstile. Once you walk through the turnstile.
But it's really not that complex. Like I think people just have this thing where they want to say that about every movie he does. Hell, I heard people say Dunkirk is complex. It's like, no,
that's
they shoot
because
niggas
people
up the
were
sky.
like, no, that's because again it was the whole like Dunkirk. It took place over the span of like a week, and that's when people finally realized what we were seeing at this point hadn't happened yet. Because that's what he like again. Chris Nolan's the ultimate. Like, again, like I'm gonna be so fucking messy just because I can, because I'll be able to write it all and make it make sense at the end. And then everyone's like, could you just tell it straightforward? Maybe that'll work a little bit better. But then he's like, no.
Oh, so he a WWE writer.
Basically.
Okay.
But Tenet is that of him going like, no, only I understand that. Like, only I understand this. If you don't understand it, then I'm sorry. Like, it's, just enjoy it. But it's like, we can't enjoy it if we can't understand it. Which is what the funny thing about Tenet, Aaron Taylor Johnson shows up halfway through Tenet. He shows up halfway through The King's Man.
I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna do my little lines, and I'm gonna go home to my old wife.
He's like, I'm gonna show up with my Scottish accent, and like you said, go home to his 20+ years older than him wife.
Yeah.
How'd she look?
20+ years older than him.
Just like an older woman.
Yeah,
He like gold dust.
Is that what you do when you see her? Hey, this is my wife.
Hey, let me meet Jay Cargill. I'm about to do all that.
You're not gonna do the stutter and gold dust? What?
Yo, how did they get away with that?
Because it's Vince McMahon.
By the way,
we talked about this. He got away with Akeem.
But he was willing to get titties to be gold dust.
Oh.
That nigga's crazy.
I think he's crazy, and it was the ultimate. Like he was still in that "F you, Dad" mindset to Dusty.
So was his ex-wife. You heard the story New Jack told about her?
Yeah.
They said Terry Reynolds is out here burning.
Oh, New Jack got a different story.
Blame on.
It was like Carrie. You know the movie Carrie?
Nope.
I'll tell y'all off air.
No.
I'll see y'all on the YouTube video. New Jack. Hey man, I miss New Jack.
Rest in peace, New Jack, man.
God. Again, no man's like literally scared me in a wrestling ring just because like this shit's real.
He's gonna kill. He's gonna stab him.
Was it? There's some people gonna die.
Hey, but you was scared. Them niggas was scared.
Yeah.
Jack, I can't feel my legs. You ain't gonna need them. Arms away.
The nigga said he had brain juice coming out his nose. God dang. He said, look, man, I don't have a sense of smell and I can't sleep at night. I was like, God dang, you really love this wrestling stuff, brother. You
Oh,
No,
keep
he's
just
just
doing it.
cocaine.
No, I
I
just
don't
like
know how
to
that
fuck
balances
people
out.
up.
Copious amounts.
Dog, cocaine just numbing that nigga brain. Like he got a Humpty Dumpty in the middle of his head. The cocaine to help. That's a
No,
different type of fall.
but what I was saying about the Kingsman, it had the prequel thing about see what's happened before works. You know, this is why he's called Arthur. He's why he's Merlin, and why the knife's in the shoe. It had those good callbacks, which I always like when a prequel does that. I mean, Matthew Vaughn had great success in a prequel with X-Men First Class, which I think is the best X-Men movie. And that, you know, establishes the relationship between Xavier and Charles. But why didn't you like it, Bank? You think it was just disappointing, or you like the old fashionedness of it?
It's probably no. I like that. What's my son Bishop Tutu? What's his name?
Jimon Hunsu?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God.
That was with Kimora Lee. He gonna get a
Yeah,
check.
he was.
He was the
He
best
was.
part of that movie.
Yeah, the
He
all
gonna
time
get a
getting.
check.
Yeah, first team getting them checks. Jimon Hunsu.
Yeah, he gonna get them checks. He Joe Johnson. I'm gonna sign somewhere and get a check. But
Because he's
nah,
what Korath in the Marvel movies. He was the wizard in Shazam, and then he was the voice of the Fish King in Aquaman, and he's in the Kingsman.
I ain't like what he
Kingsman,
said
yeah.
in Guardians of the Galaxy though. Master, you cannot. That shit pissed me off, bro.
Oh no. What have they done to NXT?
Oh, I was looking at his screen the whole time. Who the fuck
What do
is
you mean?
that?
What's happened now?
They beating up other nigga Uso.
Little Uso with
The one that said nigga?
Boa.
That nigga look
I
like
mean,
a Canadian football
Not to talk
player that didn't
not to
make it.
talk wrestling on this, but Tom, we know we've been knowing NXT 2.0 is.
Nah, I like little nigga Uso. He's nice.
No, I like him. I get him,
No,
Braun
he was
Breaker,
cold in GCW.
Carmelo Hayes. Those three I think should really be like, and I mean all this talk about pillars. I think those are the real pillars. And again, two of them are you know descendants of a wrestling family. Carmelo Hayes is a guy who just has it. But I don't know who that fourth pillar will be. So I don't think it's Tony D'Angelo. I don't think it's Grayson Waller.
Yeah, they.
I mean, it might be you know what? It might be Cora Jade.
Mandy Rose.
Not because she's already been established.
As a black woman?
Okay, you know what?
Mandika.
She Dominican today.
Hey. Que lo que.
But the Kingsman, if anybody listening, watch the Kingsman. Don't go to the movies. Watch it on bootleg. The bootleg ain't that bad.
No. Go support Matthew Vaughn. My guy needs it because
No, you can't get no goddamn COVID for a movie like that. I
But
risk
you
my
won't be
life
able-
for
I mean,
Spider-Man.
I'm saying like it's got. You sound insane.
I did.
We risk our lives in New York.
That's different. I go to the Bronx.
Yeah.
I'll be in Brownsville when I'm out there. You think I'm scared?
This man lives in
I'm afraid
Maryland.
of
He
you.
risks his life every day.
Not my part. I'm cool.
That's the only reason I said I go out
no.
there. I'm going to the suburbs.
Hey, listen.
He's the opposite of LL Cool J and Deep Blue Sea. Take me out of the ghetto.
Listen. I grew up in a messed up hood, and I realized that it ain't what you wanted.
Yeah.
And so I grew up, got out.
That's
We all
me,
made
Hudson
it.
Court. Yep.
We all made it.
We're the shield.
Whole time. That was doing niggas in
Off
jail.
the hood shield.
And you know, let's get to the last kind of thing. So, did you see "Don't Look Up" on Netflix by chance? The Adam McKay. Again, you really shouldn't either. But do you know who Adam McKay is? He did Anchorman, Talladega Nights, the other guys, Step Brothers. This is like his kind of third entry into dramatic storytelling with some comedy. He did The Big Short, Vice, and now this, and it's kind of again downhill trajectory. And he has the HBO show about the Lakers in the next
That
year.
looks dope.
I'm worried about that now after seeing this movie.
Maybe he was focused on the other thing for this.
We'll see. But this movie, it's just a mess about, not to say like, don't make a movie about social commentary, but also it's just his style of cinematography with like the fake documentary look and cutting here and there and making it just kind of very sloppy and slapdash. Then he'll do cuts to it's and not like how Spike Lee will introduce like images, especially like when a song comes on, or like he'll just kind of put what will seem like that's kind of random why he just introduced this. I'd say like it's a lesser version of that. And he's got an all-star cast and they just kind of like I think they're just sleep. It's an all-star game. They're just dribbling up, no one's playing defense. What did you think, Banks? Because you said they were playing Chingy 10 minutes in, and you're like, ain't no way.
Ain't no fucking way, bro. Because we talked about Chinky 2 weeks ago. I said
that was true. We did.
Did y'all talk about him performing at that buffet?
No, Banks, because I had said
with hair real.
I had said right there, and Banks said, "What did you know about Chingy?" And I'm like, I'm tired of you always asking me how I know about certain shit.
No, that was 04.
Just because I'm white.
No,
I can't know about Chingy.
That was 04.
That's young.
Yeah, you was 10 when Right There came out.
I was 9 in 04.
You don't know about Baller? I'm a Baller, baby. You don't know about that.
I told you it was in the movie Robots. That's how I knew it.
That's still hilarious. You don't know about I'm a Baller. But that was the second album that flopped. But nah, so the two things about this movie is it's morbid. I'll just say that to whoever watches it. I like the ending, but it's morbid to others. And the second thing is Meryl Streep shows her ass. Literally.
Yes. I don't think that was her, though. I think that was a double.
The double had ass, whoever it was.
Meryl Streep was double cheeked up.
Yes.
Yes. I don't think it's her.
It don't matter who it is. Send the ad.
Because it's not, you don't see like her, it's not her turning around like just, but even they could still do that kind of trickery. But yeah, do you know what this movie's about, fam? It's basically Comet heading to Earth to destroy us. Meryl Streep plays like a Trump president, but she's a woman, and Jonah Hill's her Don Jr.'s son, chief of staff, and
So
Leo
she
DiCaprio.
basically Linda McMahon, and then that's Shane McMahon.
Don't do that to Shane McMahon. Don't do that to the GOAT. Come on. Don't. He brought the money. Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence tried to warn everyone, and it's what happens with like fake news and the right, always try to say what happen's not true, and it's the ultimate like social commentary movie for like this time. It might be saying something about COVID as well, about anti-mask.
It was a body double.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The fact that you looked that up, my brother.
No way. Meryl
Digital.
Streep commits, but I don't think she would commit that much for a Netflix.
No,
movie
they
directed
did
by
it, and Leo said he didn't want her. He didn't want him to do it. She shot the scene. They ended up going with a body double.
I don't know why he would have it. I don't think he's a producer. He might be.
Said she was the GOAT. He's Leo, son. I mean,
He said, "No, you don't want to show that ass."
And that was like because Leo has a wife that's around his age and 2 grown sons, and someone had a good tweet about like, that's how I know this movie isn't real, because he's dating a woman his age and he has kids, which I was like, God damn.
And that beard is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's true, because I'm like, yo, Leo is 48 years old, but I can't tell until I watch this movie.
You could, look at Tobey Maguire in No Way Home. And those guys have been best friends.
Out,
and those guys have been best friends for fucking 30 years.
Toby off the Jameson.
That's why I'm pissed about, like, did you see that video on Twitter about someone videotaping, recording Zendaya, Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield at TSA, and then they go to Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire's just looking at the camera, like, pissed off. I'm like, why?
Cameras.
I'm like, why are you still acting like this? Like, you've been in Leo's entourage for 30 years. you were fucking Spider-Man and you're still surprised that people will fucking photograph you? Come on.
Bro, it's the thing about LA people. We don't do cameras. I be trying to tell you that. Social media and cameras ain't the thing for some reason.
Too close, too close.
Like you see when he almost ran over somebody.
Yeah.
Get out the way, motherfucker.
But yeah, I would say, don't go out. I would say don't go out of your way, fam, to watch this as well. Unless you're a fan of Adam McKay's work, but even then, it's.
I'll wait for the Laker joint where he really put his energy. Yeah, who is that?
Yo, them niggas just be coming out the sewers like. Fuck it, should I say Das Effects or the Ninja Turtles? Either one works.
Yeah, strictly straight from the sewer.
What's your favorite Das Effects song, Davis?
Das Effects.
Them
Them two. I mean, probably unpopular as it probably is. Real hip hop. Of course, everybody loves They Want Effects, but real hip hop with the DJ Premier beat is ill.
2 DJ Premier references in 2 days.
Well, because he's a very nice man. He gave Group Home beats.
Oh my gosh, he gave Group Home the world. He do the same thing for a group called MYGs.
I know. I don't know. He's a very nice man. He shouldn't, because suspended at time, he could have gave that to Guru. Guru would have floated on that from the Group Home album.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my favorite DJ Premier beat ever. I'm sorry, Davis. I could talk about 40 beats as well.
No, go ahead. That was just the joke last night because I had to do the obligatory. But what about Drake? And no one.
Drake.
Drake. Like, wait.
Who won the Oscar?
Yeah. I'd just like to thank everyone, my team.
You got to keep going. Them niggas be having speeches.
And him, he never doubted me ever.
I hate when niggas be on that shit, but they don't do that for the BET Awards. I want to win the BET Award. That's what I want.
What would you win a BET Award for?
It don't fucking matter. Let me win something.
Nigga, who is Malik Blade?
That's a mask guy, Dawkins. Daryl
Oh,
Dawkins' grandson or something. But yeah.
Or
That's his old.
Joshua Dawkins was his name before.
they got a referee that look like Obama. It's really going down. It's changed.
I ain't watching NXT much. I'm about to have me watch NXT.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Is he dressed like
Go,
Daryl
go, go.
Dawkins?
No. We talked to Angelo Dawkins tethered last night.
I got to buy that.
we had Ricochet's tether right here.
All right, I got you.
Niggas in. I'm sorry. I ain't got the button. I'm just.
Before we wrap it up, fam, what's the one TV show, movie you're looking forward to in 2022? Banks and I had kind of done this previewing the 2020 movie slate, but what's something that you're aware of that's coming out?
Well, I mean, you know the Batman, of course. We talked about that.
Yeah.
TV wise, of course. Cobra Kai, everything that's just about to come back. Of course, Multiverse of Madness is going to be crazy. I think that's really going to be the pivot point for the MCU, to where they're going to open up to all the cosmic stuff.
That's what we skipped when we talked about it. Home was basically that trailer at the end of the movie when I'm just like, holy shit, like I did not expect all of this right now.
Yep. They're like, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had said it was similar to when you saw the first Avenger in theaters. You see the Avengers trailer when the credits, and my brother and I were standing as we were walking, like, wait, what? And it was that like whole, like, look at this.
They also just did some reshoots too, so they add more stuff in.
Like similar to what you said about the Batman, introducing characters more than fixing scenes and polishing stuff. Are you interested in the House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel?
I thought they canceled that.
No, they canceled the Long Night.
Oh, okay. Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm with all of that.
You're a big Game of Thrones fan, right?
Yeah,
Or
whole
you
time.
the show, yeah.
Yeah. I watched that all the time.
Oh shit.
What's old boy to be wearing them hats name? The guy who wrote the books.
George R. Martin.
Yeah, George R. Martin.
You ever seen him at the strip club in that one photo?
Nah, I don't frequent
No.
those places.
Huh?
Listen,
Could you
he
repeat the
gonna
question?
be in Dallas too. He gonna be in Dallas too. Listen, I'm gonna see your photo. I'm gonna see your
Come
photo.
here and unsheathe them things in my grill.
Put down dragons on me mouth.
Hey,
I'll show y'all the picture, but he was at the strip club.
this is Aragorn, my froth giant.
My guy Ian McShane said the show, when he did his one episode cameo, he said the show was just Tits and Dragons. I don't know what the big fuss is about.
The dude, he's a freak bull. Like I said, I'm gonna show y'all the picture.
It was two niggas in Game of Thrones. Adebisi was made a couple episodes, and it was a nigga pirate. Everybody else was white.
Nigga pride. Adam Rose ain't got shit on him.
No, there was the other guy.
The other nigga
Who
Like Grey Worm?
nigga.
And
No, he was
another Banks tether.
All right, I'm out.
He doesn't know who that is though. You didn't watch Game of Thrones, right? Come on.
Yeah, I watched that shit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Do you ever see this it's like an outtake or a scene, because like if you watch the show, like Grey Worm was super serious, and you know what I mean, even
Oh,
when
then
he
you
was
see him
dealing
you
with-
see him as a person? You
when
see
he
him in
was
real life, you mean?
he was no, it was him on set, but like, and they were like on the side of a mountain or something, and they were between takes, and then they just started singing a song like Disclosure. You know what I mean? It was funny.
I think
'Cause
he's a
it's
rapper
not-
in the UK. He's not?
He looks like it. He looked like fake Tricky. And I always thought Tricky looked like a fake Most Def.
That's
Like great
hilarious.
value Most Def.
Because Cobra Kai is the end of the year, right? It's the 31st? Or is it the first?
I'm looking it up. I think it's the first.
Yeah.
It might be the 30th, or no. Boba Fett, I believe, is the 30th or the 29th.
That was when you were saying things like I had just remember, like, I think you did the first episode of the year with us talking when we recapped Mandalorian season 2, which seems like forever ago.
Very good show.
And Book of Boba Fett, again, I'm going in with low expectations, just not trying to get too hyped. I'm just saying, like, one episode at a time.
Now, are we going to get any of that Moff Gideon Dark Saber stuff here, or will we have to wait for Mandalorian for that stuff? Because Giancarlo Esposito is definitely a top 5 actor all time.
Wait, he got away, right? Or no?
Yes. Remember,
Okay,
his ship crashed and he cut through it and he had the dark saber.
That's the end of season 1. Season 2 ends like
Was
the
it?
Mandalorian. Yeah, the Mandalorian has a dark saber in his hand, therefore he rules Mandalore. Remember that was it ends on that cliffhanger of him and what's her name, Bo-Katan.
Man, it has been a year.
Yeah, because you don't even remember how season.
Heck no.
I think he's either they imprisoned him or he's dead. But the Mandalorian, I forget what was Din Djarin, right?
The Mando.
Yeah, Mando as Apollo Creed. Mando, my good friend.
You put some respect on Action Jackson's name.
Carl Weathers.
Legend.
Or what was his name? Shit. God damn, what was his name? Banks and Predator. You son of a bitch.
Carter.
That's what I...
But Action Jack sound like that reference better.
And they were beating Coach up, yo. Like,
Mr.
you know,
Incredible?
nah, yo off Craig T. Nelson.
Yeah, Craig T. Nelson. He's Mr. Incredible.
Is he? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Never. Yo, so fun fact, I have not really watched Disney movies. Like
Even with you have a child, sir.
He's 12.
That's what I'm saying. You should have watched
You
these
watched
movies by now.
Yeah, nah, his mother took him.
But he not watching. He not watching that at that age, bro. He ain't watching the Aladdin.
Right now, he's upstairs.
That's why you
He's
have
upstairs paying homage to the dead homie right now. He playing Madden.
Yeah, he's 12.
He
That sounds
he
about
grabbed
right.
your hand. Is like, Dad, can we go see Frozen? Get your fucking hand
hands
off
off.
me.
I know you fucking lying.
Look, what you said one time. You said Lil Fam was up here. He brought me to death in the road, bro.
I had to break him of that, yo. Nah, yo. I'm not. Listen, I had to go full black father. I ain't one of these little niggas in the street. You will not bro me. Sorry.
He was Matt Riddle, bro.
The dope part about it though. The dope thing is, Lil Fam is one of those kids you just gotta tell he wants, and he has to believe you. You know what I'm saying? He'd try out my wife from time to time, but I say it once, and he'd be like, "Fair enough."
Yeah, my little cousin that be playing Call of Duty, that zombie shit. This nigga say, bro, 20 times. I'm like, fam, can you please use a different word?
Fam.
You getting your ass beat because you suck, and then he'll get mad at me. I'm like, well, you fucking suck. Play Roblox.
Roblox.
That too.
Hey yo,
But yeah, I think that'll do for this week. We'll have our best of the year episode coming up. But Pam, thanks for starting the year with us and ending it with us as well.
grand opening, grand closing. I hope I ain't get y'all canceled.
Nah, I think we've done that on our own.
I do that every week.
No, I think I've canceled myself with certain people.
Hey yo, is those sunflowers? Are those sunflowers in honor of the state of Maryland?
No,
do y'all got sunflower seeds out there?
It's for the Sway Lee Post Malone.
That's the state flower, yo. Sunflowers, the state flower.
Oh, I thought it'd be bullet flowers.
That's Baltimore. You just confusing Baltimore with a whole state. Baltimore this big, Maryland this big, baby.
I don't know what's outside of Baltimore.
That's Cherry Hill.
Shouts out to Wale, I guess.
No, that's he's from Montgomery County.
Okay, I heard.
That's like an hour south of Baltimore, maybe a little more.
Okay, so we don't listen to Wale. Go ahead.
Nah, I don't.
The more
Wale
you know.
cool. I'm cool with my Wale. He cool, but
But fam, where can they find you on social media and other podcasts?
IOFam790, your social media choice. More importantly, at Where's Buffy on all social media, wheresbuffy.com, wheresbuffy.com. Walk, don't run to your nearest computer, cell phone, or other device to catch us. We funny.
Shouts to Math, Diz, Broccoli, Balboa. Thanks. What about you? Cal. You'll see me and Fam on Black Rasslin with, Cal and some other guy, as Black John Stead would call him.
I wore merch today.
I know, that's it. So you'll wear merch on, other spots. Yeah. That's the best bit.
On the away game, he'll wear the merch.
Yeah.
But not at the home
game, all low.
Polo.
100%.
Shouts out to Young Jerome. Shouts out to Fam for holding Polo down.
Ralph Lauren.
Hey, they make my size and I look good. So,
Davis, you know who Young Jerome is?
Young Jerome. Name sounds familiar.
Shoulder lean. Let your shoulder lean. Goddamn, I gotta let you listen to more Southern rap. They already put you onto the East Coast.
Not that though.
Young Joker rap.
Nah, let him listen to like some Outkast or something. Goddamn, get that man or some I don't know, some UG.
That is the thing. That was the thing last night.
Never Nelly.
What?
God.
Never Nelly.
It's hot and her.
And that's where's the goddamn? I can't click on my. I'm not used to this lack of control.
He got better songs than that.
Also, don't do the South like that. Nelly is from the Midwest.
Listen, I have this whole thing.
The Midwest?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the Midwest. But listen, it's called the Great Migration because I just call Chicago niggas Alabama niggas with jackets. or Mississippi niggas with jackets. That's all it is. The Great Migration.
Nah, it's been several
Looks
generations.
like we'll never be
between
going
that move,
to
son.
Chicago anytime soon.
I'm straight in Chicago. I'll go.
Maybe I'll go to Ring of Honor. You know.
We gotta get an explanation of this nigga. We gotta check this nigga Banks' jacket out. We don't know where he from. This nigga's a whole nomad.
That's about
Yeah,
right.
man.
I'm being in the new Game of Thrones.
He
That's
the dude that always
that's
be
his
like,
cut. That's
Banks
his cut
the
in Sons of
dude-
Anarchy.
Banks the dude, you always be like, yo, we doing X, Y, Z. All right, bet I'll be through there, and you never believe it, but that nigga always be there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll be through there. Man,
Show up like Sting.
What's
He's
up,
a
baby?
traveling man.
He just be in the back corner of the bar in the dark.
That's how I'm about to be out there in Baltimore. In the
No,
nice
he's-
part.
He's Rick Rude. What a difference a day makes.
I would never shave my facial hair to go to a new show.
Hey,
You have to for the aesthetic.
Yo, shouts out to Jay Lethal.
God, we're not doing this again. After what happened today, we're not doing that again.
What do you do today?
Is that
nah.
you didn't see what happened today? That's not
Yeah.
off air. But Banks is
called him
on
out.
Twitter at the BBD Pod. He'll tweet a lot from the account on Instagram.
lady.
He's,
Stop telling,
I'm not
stop telling.
Banks. People can tell who tweets what from the account.
Nah, I have
No,
to
they can't.
ask.
No, they can't. What would give it away if you want to snitch? What would give it away that I'd be saying stuff?
Come
on?
on.
The word
Come on.
nigga.
Exactly.
I can't say it because that's how I got
Wait
my
a minute,
account taken.
Did Davis just wait a goddamn it?
I had
Are
to
you talking about the
ask-
retweets of the women's?
I had to ask that the other day
No,
from the Black
because some-
Rasslin account.
See that I wish I had come up with that one because that was too good.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It was two black dudes, and they tried to say it looked like me and Mav. Said it better not be Davis.
Oh, that's King to Kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's y'all.
Who loves orange soda? I sent-
Yo,
I
that
messaged
orange
Matt-
soda story is amazing if it's true.
I messaged Math right after saying, "But do you love orange soda?"
That's very
And
good.
he,
I already know
and
what
he
he
of course
said.
had a response. I will.
Who loves
leave it at
Crown
that.
Royal?
I love Crown
Yeah.
Royal.
I do.
We
I
need to
do, I
Drake and
do,
Josh
I
to be
do.
mad.
Is that the original? I love you. I love you. I love you.
I always
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you about how crazy I thought Aubrey went on that record.
I mean, I'm shocked you guys didn't ask me to come on Where's Buffy when that album dropped. But you guys really didn't spend much time talking about that, except
Them,
yeah,
them
say
niggas
about
hate
it.
Drake. They
that's
hate
why I
Drake.
thought you would. I thought that's why you would have like just to be like, boo this man.
Yo, no, Diz a real one because that's what made me a bigger fan of y'all podcast than I was already. Because he didn't do the old man route. He's like, yeah, I like the Time to Create album.
No,
Now,
Tom's good.
you ask some other old heads, they might say words about the Time to Create album. I'll just say that.
Nah, just words about Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
I am a fan of him being. I like that he matured in hip hop, and what I mean
Yeah.
by that is when he first came around, Tyler the Creator was a jerk. Like he was a jerk. He hated older hip hop fans for how close minded we actually were, but he was a jerk about it, and it made him unlikable to me. And it took good music and quality interviews for me to be like, okay, I like him now.
He matured. That's how he was for real. It's a shoot. That's how he was in person when I used to see him on Fairfax. He same exact way. Little young dude, wilding the fuck out. So he
Dressed
30
up
now.
like-
Yeah.
Dressed up like Johnny Knoxville.
Legit, yeah.
Now he dressed like Fonzworth Bentley.
Man.
Isn't that the I like the way you look at him?
He had a good song, but Kanye Andre bodied the verses.
Well, it's who wrote Kanye's?
Shit. Do.
GLC allegedly, really dope allegedly,
What,
Malik
Consequence?
Yusef allegedly, Consequence a lot
Who's the other
allegedly.
one? Who's the other one? Who's the
Drake.
Side of Prince?
Uh-huh. But nah, Drake, he just left it from around there, putting pen of the sheets. That's what he said, right?
Yeah, he wrote 30 hours. But guess who wrote for Drake? Fonte.
Stop it. See, we're not doing this today. We'll
We
have to
did?
come back.
I don't think he wrote for him.
No,
didn't,
he's
but-
saying in terms
Oh,
of, you know.
oh no, that's his father. He should. I hope he sent him a birthday card today. You know what I'm
But the
saying?
thing is, Fonte could really sing.
That's also
Okay,
a
we're
fact.
not.
Davis, you ain't heard the Foreign Exchange albums?
I have for you over here, right?
when I stay
Actual
in Fam's,
albums.
when I stay in Fam's guest room, we're having a Fonte listening session
Well,
and live streaming it, just so I can be like, nope, Drake's better. Just like,
Just play the songs that they had together.
and then you'll see Fam. Nope, throw me right out the house. Take it
Ah!
it'll be
Jazzy Jeff.
Oz 5. I'll make you listen to Fonte records.
See, that is some good content right there. You can find me on Twitter at Davis, aka Drip, Instagram daviscoltondc, on Black Rasslin, but also BVD Pod on Twitter, Banks vs. Davis, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Subscribe, share, recommend, follow, all of it. Again, we have another episode coming, so that's why you better stay
that button.
subscribed.
Click that button.
What does Zell say? Make sure that red light is gray.
The red light is gray.
Turn that shit gray. We're supposed to be having Zell soon. So trust to Zell. Body more.
Jill, I'm never talking about your accent again because I heard that awkward laugh and I said, yeah, I don't want no problem. So, I got rules.
I
I'll
had a
fuck with
rock
New
on.
Orleans, Baton Rouge people, and Baltimore people. I don't want no smoke. I ain't
If I
scared
had
of
a
no
rock
man.
out, beat your ass. Is that what he laughed like?
I was like, yeah, I said something about Tuesday, and then he was like, haha. I said, all right, bet. You got it.
That's good.
He gonna hear this and he gonna say it, watch.
But on that note, our next episode, the final episode of 2021, best of the year. And then on to the next one, 2022.
It wasn't me, Zill.
No, that was you.
No, it wasn't. I got bass in my voice.
Till then.